Welcome back, everybody. This is Outlaw Sports Company. A little bit different video today. Obviously, this is the day after the Damar Hamlin situation at the Bengals Bills game. Um, Obviously, it's not about a football game. Obviously, it's not about the Bengals. It's not about the Bills. It's about Damar and making sure that he makes a recovery from all this. I wanted to do a short video though because I was at the game last night. Sitting relatively close. I was in the fifth row and just wanted to give my perspective on this a little bit. And if you've seen my videos before, you know I'm not a rah-rah guy. I don't need to be in front of the camera. I don't need to be, running around frat party atmosphere. Look at me, look at me, look at me. So I'm doing this video with just a T. Higgins card in view. So you don't have to be looking at this video. You can just be listening in the background or whatever, and definitely give me your comments, thoughts, whatever. T. Higgins was the guy that was tackled when Hamlin hurt himself. A few of the news headlines were almost putting a little blame on Higgins for leading with his shoulder, which is absolutely ridiculous. He just was trying to get as much yards as he could, and it was a freak thing, and we are where we are with the injury, obviously. But I was pretty close. I was at the stadium, like I said, and they weren't telling us anything over the jumbotron. They weren't telling the people anywhere. Everyone was on their phones when they could get reception, trying to find out from people watching the game at home what was going on. So they weren't telling us anything in the stadium. But you could see all the medical people running there immediately that it wasn't a normal injury. When the ambulance came onto the field, people started to clap, and none of the Bills or none of the Bengals were clapping. So it wasn't he put his thumbs up, we just couldn't see because there's a crowd of people around him. It wasn't like that. It was different. You could see the Bills players turning around, Josh Allen not being able to look at it, hands over his face, bawling. Stefon Diggs bawling. You could see the players crying. So when he left the field, even though they weren't telling us anything, we knew that, hey, this was bad. This was something that no one has ever had to deal with before. Biggest audience ever on Monday Night Football and whatnot. What I want to talk about a little bit, and I'm not going to drag this video out for 30 minutes or whatever. What I want to talk about is after the ambulance left the field, the referees said, let's go. Let's continue playing. The Bills players all huddled up and were saying a prayer, and they were still crying. Even after the huddle broke, they were still crying, still distraught, and as they should be. You see one of your brothers out there, fighting for his life, getting CPR for 9 minutes or something ridiculous like that. And then you're supposed to, play a game. It's called a game. This is entertainment. But the referees told him to play. You saw Burrow. I don't know if you saw it on TV because I was there. I wasn't watching the broadcast. But you saw Burrow warming up because the referees told him, get back on the field. So the NFL did not suspend the game. What happened is the coaches said no. The Bills didn't want to play. The Bengals didn't want to play. So they stood up against the NFL and said, we're not going to play. It's not about your ratings. It's not about, maximum money for the NFL. The NFL wanted them to keep playing. How messed up is that? It wasn't the NFL that canceled the game. You could see them trying to get the players back onto the field. But the coaches stood up. The coaches should be commended for doing the right thing, for being leaders. The NFL is not full. The NFL, supervisors, managers, owners, TV people, all the big wigs, they ultimately just want to see the product. But the coaches, the staff, the people that are around these players day in and day out, the people that see these players more than they see their own children, said, no, that's not right. So it's not something that's being talked about a ton. Obviously, the talk is mainly around Damar Hamlin and him recovering and him pulling through, and, a 24-year-old battling for his life. You need to be focusing on that. It's not about when it's going to be rescheduled or if it's going to be rescheduled or whatever. It's about Damar Hamlin. But don't get it twisted. The NFL didn't want to stop. You got these startup leagues, whether it's the XFL or whatever. Someone needs to band together and really give the NFL some competition, because the NFL doesn't care about the players. The NFL doesn't care whether a player lives or dies, whether a player is seriously injured or not. They just want your money. So T. Higgins, it wasn't your fault. Damar Hamlin, it wasn't your fault. This was a freak injury, freak play. Everybody in the country, around the world, is devastated, is praying for Damar Hamlin. And once we find out he's okay, we need to take a strong look at the NFL and say, what the hell are you doing? The NFL said, go snap the ball. The coaches said, no, we're not doing it. So food for thought. Just wanted to give that update. Don't know if they showed the players warming up, Burrow throwing the ball right after the play. Not Burrow's fault. Burrow was told the game's continuing. But wanted to give that update. I was at the game. This isn't about views. This isn't about whatever. This is me reporting from somewhere that I was in person, saw with my own eyes. Very few reports out there about the NFL not wanting to cancel it or suspend it or whatever words they use, because they definitely wanted the game to continue, and they ultimately didn't care. Thanks for watching this video. Trivial stuff like PSA reveals and stuff will be further videos of mine, but this is ultimately a hobby, fun stuff. And the situation last night wasn't fun, but I felt I needed to make a video about it to report what I saw. And it needs to be told, because it shouldn't be covered up that the NFL wanted to continue the game. And shame on you, NFL, for wanting to continue the game. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment below. But really, the important thing that you do after watching this is just pray for Damar. Thank you.